Huddersfield 0-3 Chelsea report, N'Golo Kante volley, Jorginho penalty and Pedro chip send Blues top. Maurizio Sarri made a winning start to life in the Premier League as his Stars comfortably navigated a tricky start at Huddersfield with a 3-0 cruise. And the new Chelsea boss saw his key £57 million summer signing Jorginho, with him at Napoli, help set up the win with influential first-half contributions. The Italian playmaker had a hand in the first goal for N'Golo Kante after 34 minutes, then scored the second himself from the spot after starting the move in his own penalty box. Jorginho had been closely shadowed but was at the heart of the opening goal, passing to Pedro, who in turn found Willian, who crossed for Kante to shoot past Town's debutant keeper Ben Hamer. 9 minutes later Jorginho kick-started Chelsea from their own box, sprinted forward and teed up Ross Barkley for a clever flick for the onrushing Marcos Alonso. The left-back was tackled by Christopher Schindler as he tried to shoot, and referee Chris Kavanagh awarded a spot kick which Jorginho cheekily dispatched. Chelsea could have increased their lead after the interval by Marcos Alonso hooked a shot onto the bar and moments later just missed with another shot. New goalkeeper Kepa Arrizabalaga, a £71 million replacement from Atletico Bilbao for Real Madrid capture Thibaut Courtois, was barely tested. Sarri brought Eden Hazard off the bench for the closing 20 minutes, and the Belgian set up Pedro for Chelsea's third soon after coming on. Kepa Arrizabalaga kept a clean sheet in his first start for Chelsea. The Spaniard signed for the Stamford Bridge club from Athletic Bilbao for a whopping £71 million after the Blues parted company with Thibaut Courtois. The huge transfer fee is a club record, meaning there is a lot of pressure on the young man's shoulders, who only put pen to paper on Thursday before being thrown in the deep end this weekend. We kept an eye on him throughout his Chelsea debut away at the John Smith Stadium, and things started in less than ideal fashion as the keeper scuffed his first kick out from the back to the delight of the home fans, who immediately got on his back. Read our scouting report here. And so it's the perfect start for Maurizio Sarri. The midfield have stolen the show as the Italian's tantalizing rotating tripod takes shape. The Blues are top of the league for the first time since they won it. Possession. Pedro and Eden Hazard only shared the pitch for a matter of moments, but it was perfect. The Belgian playmaker pulls off a word class out of nowhere and slips the ball through the legs of N'Golo Kante. And Pedro positions himself just right to chip over Ben Hamer before coming straight off for Victor Moses. Here comes Eden Hazard at the John Smith Stadium. The last thing Huddersfield needed was the sight of the aspiring Ballon d'Or winner. One consolation is that Willian is going off. He's given the Terriers another nightmare. Possession with 15 minutes to go, worth reminding Chelsea fans that another goal would put them top of the league. It's early days, but looking at what's going down in Manchester, the Blues might have to take that. More importantly perhaps, Alvaro Morata still has time to make his 50th game with a goal. Chelsea have decided to make their first change of the game, with Barkley making way for Loftus-Cheek. Could this be his season? Ruben Loftus-Cheek is coming on for his first action in the Sarri midfield. He'll be competing for club and country with Ross Barkley, who makes way. Morata is clumsily fouled from behind by N'Golo and wins Chelsea a free kick in a really dangerous position 25 yards away from goal. It's Alonso who steps up and shoots, but the Spaniard's strike is overhit and fails to trouble Hamer. Willian quickly cuts inside from the left wing and shoots from the edge of the box, but his strike is blocked and deflects behind for a corner. The Blues aren't able to make it count, and Huddersfield comfortably hold on. With Pritchard off the pitch and two strikers up front, Huddersfield are having to go direct as they try to find a way back into the game. That's evident by the fact that Hamer has passed the ball more than any other home player, with the majority of those being fired into the Chelsea half of the pitch. Mu is clumsily fouled from behind by Barkley, resulting in a free kick for Huddersfield in a decent position. The Australian sends a cross into the box, but it's poorly hit and bounces behind for a goal kick. Possession. Alonso hits the bar. Huddersfield struggle to defend another corner, and this time it's Alonso who pulls off an acrobatic overhead kick that beats Hamer and smashes the woodwork. So close. Kepa Arrizabalaga couldn't have hoped for a better debut in the Chelsea goal. The Spanish 0-2 stopper has only faced a couple of limp efforts. He's yet to be troubled in the second half. Rudiger goes close. Alonso manages to keep the ball in play over on the left flank before trying to pick out Morata, who loses out to Schindler but wins Chelsea a corner. It's fired into the penalty area and finds Rudiger, whose downward header is well saved by Hammer. As was the case for the majority of the first half, Chelsea are comfortably dominating possession but aren't doing enough with it. They're moving the ball around too slowly, and it seems to be frustrating Sarri. Poor decision-making by Pedro. The Spaniard charges through the middle of the pitch and gets himself into a great position on the edge of the box. He then tries to tee up Morata but sees his pass easily blocked. Kante was all alone to his right and really should have been set up instead. The home side tried to go long once again after bringing an end to an attempted Chelsea attack, but this time Mounty can only nod the ball out of play after managing to latch onto it in a decent area of the pitch. Huddersfield have the opportunity to push forward on their first attacking move of the second half after winning back possession, but Schindler's pass over to the left flank is poorly hit and sails out of play for a throw-in. Hammer is put under pressure and has to fire the ball out for a throw-in over on the left wing. Chelsea move the ball around patiently before Barkley breaks into the box, where he's well marshalled by the Huddersfield defenders. We're back underway. How will Huddersfield deploying Laurent Depoitre affect the balance? The Belgian has netted both the Terriers' Premier League goals against Chelsea. Huddersfield have made a switch during the half-time break, and it's an interesting one, with Pritchard making way for Depoitre. The two teams are making their way back out onto the pitch ahead of the start of the second half. We're underway once again. Despite being 2-0 down, Huddersfield have caused several problems for their opponents. Pritchard has certainly been their standout performer so far, while Mounty has made a real nuisance of himself inside the penalty area, resulting in him hitting the woodwork with a bullet header. Chelsea haven't been entirely convincing so far, but they nonetheless head into the half-time break with a 2-goal lead under their belts. They've been slightly shaky at the back and not at their most fluid going forward, but it's going to take something really special from Huddersfield to get them back into the game in the second half. The first 45 minutes of Sarri ball have actually gone better than expected. His new-look Blues got off to an understandably slow start but have taken their scant chances. Huddersfield will wonder what more they can do after defending solidly and hitting the woodwork. Half-time, Huddersfield Town 0-2 Chelsea.